What's going on, guys? This is Chris with Kingship Tech, and I just recently got back from a trip to Hawaii. Just a vacation that I went on that was really outstanding. But this is a simple video that I wanted to do of just the gear that I took on my vacation. So let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Like I said, this is Kingship Tech. This is a channel all about amateur tech gear, primarily right now, photography gear. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. This is primarily the amateurs channel. I am not a professional by any means, but this is something I enjoy doing. And so why not share it with you guys out there. This is basically what I took with me to Hawaii for the entire trip of Hawaii in different environments and different settings. This worked for me 100% of the time and I enjoyed it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over the strengths, the weaknesses, and what I would have done different for my next trip. Let's break this down. What's going on, guys? I'm here in Hawaii and I thought I would take advantage of being here and do a little bit of vlogging. It's very windy outside, but I like to take advantage of the sun. Who wants to be inside right now when it's sunny? I'm at Starbucks with my beautiful wife, and I just wanted to take a moment and talk about my camera setup, the gear that I brought with me. But my camera setup's really simple. It's just my Canon M50 that I have Tamron 17-35, and of course the Viltrox Speed Booster EOS M2. This camera does have image stabilization, but it's digital IS. And I've always just left it in the off completely because I didn't really care for what it did to the image. It kind of made it look fake. But I think for right now, you know, just the compromise that I'm willing to do, I'll probably just turn that on, which I have it on right now, and see if it helps out a little bit with the jitters. Alright, so we're currently hiking, I guess, down to this Blowhole Rock. Pretty legit hike, I think. No designated trail, really. I think we're almost there. Getting around. This is me vlogging with the lens camera setup and the image stabilization digital IS turned on, so you're gonna get a real life understanding of what that's gonna look like if you don't have an image stabilized lens. Warning, extreme danger. Stay on dry rock. I think what I will do is I will stay on the dry rock. There's a large chance we're gonna get wet. Nice. Wow, that wave is huge. Alright, we accomplished the Blowhole Rock.
We did, and the heart shape.
And the heart-shaped rock. Pretty, I mean, amazing. I don't know, you can't really... You'd have to see it for yourself to see just how amazing it is. And of course, the danger adds to the excitement. But now we have to go and make it back up the hill. All right, so as you see, I have this mostly broken down. And we'll start with the tripod, okay? Now, I built this tripod from, let's see, 1, 2, 3 different pieces to get the setup that I wanted. I had the option of taking the Joby GorillaPod, which is actually right here. And this is the famous YouTuber vlogging setup with the Joby GorillaPod. Very versatile, but it's also, there's a reason why I didn't take it, and that it's kind of cumbersome. You would have to, you know, grab it, kind of pull it tight, maybe put a little bit of a curve to it right there. And that way you can hold it out a little bit. But then if I want to set it down, you gotta mess with that, get it straight, and then set it down, and it doesn't go as seamless as you think it would. And so just for the sheer purpose of not being fiddly, I decided to leave this at home. And really, this honestly has become just a backup. If I need an extra tripod for another camera or whatever, I can use this and it will do great. Wrap it around a tree or post or whatever and it will hold it. But for the most part, I don't really want to fiddle with things that often. I'm really fast, so I can grab and go and don't waste any time. So this didn't go with me, but this right here is pretty awesome. I built this 3 pieces, starting with the base, and I believe this says it's a Benro base. It's very sturdy, very strong, has a nice wide footprint to it. Just folds right up. And I can hold it just like this, and it's good to go, quick and sturdy, just like that. This right here is called a Sunway Photo monopod. That's what it's a monopod extension, and I just screwed it on here. It's a 3/8 base, which this comes with a 3/8 shaft right here. And the cool thing about this, right before I move on, is you could loosen this up and the whole thing like would swivel. So you can put this on like a long monopod and you can swivel it each direction like that, and then put it back, tighten it, it's good to go. All right, nice thing about this setup is, boom, it's even taller now. If I need adjustability, if I need to hold it out further, I could do all that right from this. Plus, this is a carbon fiber extension, and so it is very light, and I like the lightweight setup. And last but not least, the ball head, which is the newer ball head. I don't know if you can see that, but it is a very simple ball head. I'm going to list the links down below. These are all affiliate links, which helps the channel out. But if you gained any information, new information, how to build something, I appreciate. You don't have to obviously go through links, but I appreciate the help any way possible. They don't change the price, it just helps out the channel. The newer ball head, multi-directional, you can shift it any way, put it all the way sideways for the camera, plus it'll swivel each way. Very easy to use, very sturdy. I've had 0 issues with it, even with the weight of this camera. I guess that'll lead me now to the camera. Camera is a Canon M50. It probably doesn't look like a Canon M50 because it has a cage around it, which definitely makes it bulkier and a little heavier, but it is absolutely amazing for the grip. You actually have a nice grip here. That's the reason why I wanted the cage, also for the versatility of adding different accessories on there if you needed to. The nice thing also is you can get to the battery without a problem, and then have your base plate, which I use the Peak Design base plate so I can quickly attach it and detach it from my bracket I have on my backpack. So this is the camera I use. Everyone's familiar with the Canon M50. It is very nice. The microphone is the Boya MM1, I believe. Microphone comes with everything that you need to vlog. It's a very cheap, very affordable budget microphone that actually is very comparable to the Rode Video Micro when it comes to the sound features, and so that's why I chose to go this route instead. It comes with the cable. It also comes with a cable to plug into your smartphone as well if you're going to be vlogging with that. And that came with the purchase, where the Rode Video Micro, you have to buy that extra, and it's like a $25 cable. Just attach that onto the side here. Why do I put it on the side when I can put it on the top? I think I just prefer it right there, primarily because if that is right here, it sticks out very far and I can't look through the viewfinder without it hitting my forehead, so this has worked out perfectly. Plus, I put this really nice level on that hot shoe, so therefore if I'm going to set it up and taking a picture of some background, I can set it level and it'd be good to go. That leads me to this right here, which is almost the majority of my whole setup. Is this. Starting with the lens, which I've done a video on this lens and I need to do another one because I'm just getting more and more used to it and what I like to use it for. It is the Tamron 17-35 f2.8 to f4 EF mount. So this is a full frame lens, 17-35, so it's an ultra wide full frame. If you put this on a crop sensor camera, it turns it into a 26 or 28 millimeter, something like that. And so that's not very wide when you put on a crop sensor. So this is the reason why I can use it. This is the Viltrox EOS M2 Speed Booster Adapter. This is everything right here. This is the reason why I can do what I do. This is why my setup works the way it does. It has been awesome for me. Slap it on there. Now, it's kind of counterintuitive to go traveling with the Canon M50 and then put this bulk on here on the front of it. So why do I do it? If you know about anything about the Canon EF and M series, they don't have very many lenses, and they're not very fast lenses. They're kind of, you know, some of them are a little spendy, some of them are cheap, but I didn't really have anything that I wanted. I didn't want to spend the money on 11 to 22 when it was like an f4.5, and I do a lot of indoor video and vlogging, so it just wouldn't work for me for low light capability. But this is what I took with me. I used it for everything, for vlogging, for my landscape photography, for any of that, for close-ups. I mean, it just was so versatile. Pop it over to 35 and you got actually a pretty good portrait view, 35mm, which is a favorite for a lot of people. And then back to 17 when I want to get everything in the shot. The Viltrox makes it all possible. Now, this is almost the same weight right here. So when you put that all together, it is kind of a weighty system. But I'm telling you what, the versatility of this right here, I don't think can be touched at the moment. There is no other APS-C camera that I can pop on a full frame and get full frame view and get video autofocus the way it does, which is, so far I haven't had a problem. This is why I use this camera. So there it is, guys. I didn't have a problem with this. There is a couple weaknesses I will point out right now. The first one is the lens. There is one little weakness. It might be big for some of you, but I'm seeing this as really a non-issue because everybody deals with it. This is not an image stabilized lens, and therefore straight out of camera, it's very, you see a lot of the micro jitters. I did turn on the digital IS and it seemed to help, and it didn't change much of the view without it looking all weird and wavy. Some of you use like Adobe Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. If you do use those programs to edit your videos, you will have like post-warp. So you will have a post-warp process where it actually just smooths out your footage when you're walking around, and that helps a lot. I just kind of deal with it and try to be as steady as possible. And then the second thing, which is not really a shortcoming of the setup, it's actually the problem that I didn't purchase a ND filter before the trip, and that is something I will add to this setup, this system, before I go on another trip. A variable ND filter would have been really, really handy. I sometimes couldn't even stick to the rule of thirds for video, keeping the shutter speed low enough. So I had to break that rule sometimes. Not a huge deal, and I also lived basically in the aperture f9, f10 range most of the time because it was very sunny there the whole time. At nighttime, this works beautifully because you get an aperture of f2, and that is really, really well for a full frame view. That way I can keep my ISO low. This is it. This is what I did. I really like it. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If it helped you, please give this video a like. Like I said, I have everything linked in the description down below if you would like to add any of this awesome gear to your collection as well. Thanks for watching, and yeah, wait for the next video coming shortly. See you guys later.